Hi, my name is Dinara and I go to this amazing university program where we move to a new country every semester. In the 2.5 years of attending Minerva, my classmates and I have lived in San Francisco, Seoul, Hyderabad, and most recently Berlin. So 1 month ago, I packed my bags once again and took a long flight to South America with my last destination and my new home being Buenos Aires. Before reaching Argentina, my friends and I decided to stop in Brazil and experience the biggest New Year's celebration in Rio de Janeiro. Now, before I share the beauty of Brazil in this video with you and my first impressions of living in Argentina, I want to say a huge thank you to my friend Nicholas and his whole family for hosting us in Rio and for making it the warmest welcome I could ever dream of. Thank you guys so much. It was truly one of the most amazing trips, all thanks to you. And now I want to share the most beautiful, insane New Year's I've ever had and our other very wet adventures in that city. And I don't just mean the beach. We are in the Uber. Oh, Rio de Janeiro, thank you. Nicholas said we look like human condoms.
Well, broken condom, you know?
Where's Jesus? Oh my God!
I beg you, you should trick your followers into thinking this is a traditional Brazilian dress.
Look at this stunning view of the city! I've always dreamed of coming here. It's just us, Jesus, and the heaven. Yes. Smiley eyes.
Wait, look at how nice this feels. Don't you feel like you're in a hair salon? Right?
Finally here! I've lived in Buenos Aires for 3 weeks now, and before I show a full-blown vlog from the city because it truly deserves a bunch of them, it's so beautiful, I just want to share a few of my first impressions of living here and experiencing this culture. I was literally making a list of all the weird, interesting things I noticed so I could share it with you guys. Also, I just gotta mention that I'm living in Buenos Aires, so whatever I say about Argentina or Argentinian people is only applied to Buenos Aires because that's all I've seen so far. And when I say weird, I mean it in the best way possible because I love weird things. So yeah, let's get into it. The cutest thing ever is that doctors here kiss on the cheek. I remember when I was living in Korea and I was visiting a doctor, and after the appointment she hugged me so much that I just really wanted to hug her, and we hugged and she smiled and she laughed, but I could clearly see that was not like a regular thing that doctors in Korea do. But in Buenos Aires, when I was leaving my appointment and I was saying ciao, the doctor literally came up to me and she gave me a kiss on the cheek and she was like, have a good day, and I was like, oh my god, have a good day. I was just so excited because that never happened to me before, and in general I feel like people here are very warm and smiley and open, which I really like. Another thing, oh, I'll show you guys this. Another weird things about Argentina is that they love mate, and it's basically tea, and I think they drink it more than coffee. This is the cup we have in our hotel. I'm also not even sure how to use it, but it's very small. Usually they're much bigger. It's not weird, but the weird thing is that there's only one cup and one straw for the whole group of people. It's like a community. It's just my MacBook, not a big deal. It's a community thing, so when you walk into a park you can see like groups of friends just sitting on the grass and they keep making themselves mate and just passing it along, and everybody's just drinking from the same straw. Really cute. I did that in a few groups as well, and that made me feel like I was part of it even though I was kind of a stranger, and that made me feel very happy. But I just think if there's ever a pandemic, it will spread the fastest in Argentina because people just drink it from here, and if there's ever something that will start killing clumsy people, I will be the first one to die. In Buenos Aires, there are only cute dogs. I'm not kidding. All the dogs here are beautiful. They love the white fluffy ones that are small, and they're everywhere. And especially in the mornings, you can see like people whose job is to walk those dogs, and there are literally like 8 dogs around them. And whenever I see it in the morning, it's just the best start of the day. 99% of coffee shops I've been to here only carry almond milk, which I think is just because people here haven't realized yet that Oatly has the most delicious, the creamiest milk that ever existed. Please sponsor me. But honestly, I just can't wait for someone to bring Oatly here, so there's more demand for that, because I just hate almond milk. This next thing is about staring and men staring. I think it's pretty interesting to see how around the world the catcalling cultures, I can't even believe I said catcalling culture, I hope that doesn't exist. Catcalling and staring, it exists everywhere where I've lived, but it's slightly different in different places. In Argentina, in Buenos Aires, I've just noticed that men stare so intensely. Even if I notice that someone's looking at me and I look at them, they will keep staring, so I look away, but I can still feel the stare. It makes me so uncomfortable. But yesterday, I was at a coffee shop, and there was this older man that was sitting there. He was just staring at me, like full-blown staring. So I looked back, and this time, I continued looking at him for like 5 seconds with the biggest resting bitch face I could have. And he got so embarrassed. He just didn't know what to do. He just looked at his newspaper and didn't look at me again. So that's what I'll be doing from now on. This one, if you start seeing it, you will never be able to unsee it in Argentina. It's a fashion for platform shoes. I think they were very popular in the 90s, but here you literally walk around and women wear like shoes with very high platforms. I actually don't know how comfortable it is. I really want to try it out. Another thing that you will not be able to unsee once you're in the city is that buildings here have no corners. They're all smooth. I don't know how true this is, obviously, but I was told that a few decades ago they had this problem, that there were a lot of robberies in the city because people would just be able to catch you at the corner when you didn't expect it and snatch your things. The government literally changed all buildings to have like smooth corners, so if somebody wants to rob you, you can see them. I don't know how true that is, but it is a fact that whenever I walk around the city, I see no corners. Another weird thing that I've noticed about Argentina is that it literally feels like Europe, because everybody looks German or Spanish or Italian, which I think makes a lot of sense, obviously, because a lot of people from Europe migrated here at the beginning of the 20th century. But the biggest difference is that people here barely smoke compared to Europe, and that's so freaking nice. I appreciate it so much. Public transport around the city is super cheap. It's not weird, it's just extremely pleasant, because a bus ride here costs 20 cents, whereas when I was living in Berlin, which is one of the cheapest cities in Western Europe, one bus ride was 2.8 euros. To all people who know Spanish or who are trying to know a little bit of Spanish like me, I've noticed that people in Argentina say a lot more sh sounds. So it's not me llamo Dinara, it's me llamo Dinara, and it's not yo, it's yo. And I was also told that if you speak with a Spanish accent from Spain with gracias and feliz, people will make fun of you, which I think is also ironic, because another thing I noticed about local Spanish is that they barely pronounce the S sound. So it's not español, it's español. It's like barely there. But regardless, I love hearing Spanish around me everywhere. It just sounds so beautiful. Not many people that I've met speak English, which forces me to try to pronounce things and get out of my comfort zone. But there are also always someone around, at least one person who will speak English. So if I'm at the store or at the clinic and I really need to communicate something important, there will always be someone who will come up to me and be like, hey, I speak English, I can help you, which is extremely nice. Thank you, Buenos Aires people. Cool. Last weird thing that I'm gonna mention is that, at least in my experience, I've noticed that very few bathrooms have locks, which I cannot comprehend. Our bathroom in our hotel studio doesn't have a lock, which led to some embarrassing and hilarious situations with my roommate. But also when I'm out in the city and I'm at a coffee shop, I literally have to like hold the door with my hand, and I literally don't understand why it's like that. Like, how are people supposed to know that someone's in the bathroom? Obviously, there's just some tiny things about living in Buenos Aires. There's so much to the city. It's warm, it's sunny. The people, as I said, are extremely nice. The sun doesn't go down until 8:30 because it's the summer. Even at night, it's still warm. It doesn't get like to 18 degrees like in some other hot places that I've lived in, like Arizona. There's a lot of stores with vegan food, which makes me really happy. The coffee culture is amazing. I love Palermo, which is a neighborhood in Buenos Aires where I'm gonna go right now to study. The dancing is incredible, especially compared to techno in Berlin. There's such a stark contrast of techno dancing or dancing tango or to reggaeton music. People dress here very nicely. I don't know, there are just so many things. I'm obsessed with Buenos Aires. I'm so happy that I am. I've only had like 2 mental breakdowns so far, which is great for the first month because I've been adjusting. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe because I plan to upload every single week, no matter how many all-nighters it will take me to edit. I'm gonna do it. Also, check out my friend Dennis and his music on Spotify. He's my fellow classmate and he creates amazing music that I used in this vlog, so thank you, Dennis. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next week with a new video, and until then, I hope you're having a wonderful, grateful time wherever you are and whatever you're doing in this big but really kind of small world.